I'm Bridget Phetasy, and this is your dumpster fire for the month of July 25th to August 21st.
And the unicorns dance while the world burns, world burns.
Maggie's got COVID. She's not here.
Maybe.
Cousin Maggie.
Pour one out for Cousin Maggie.
Pour one out for Cousin Maggie. Sammy is here with us.
I'm here. Hello.
And we have a lot to cover, but first things first, we are now on rumble.com. You can find all of our dumpster fires and video content exclusively there first. It's going to be our home sweet home, and we're looking forward to doing live streams there. Make sure you follow us there. We need some competition up in this bitch.
Give us some Rumble love.
On to the large pile of news that we have to get through. We must come for you, Taliban! The most powerful weapon against the Taliban is boobs. Everybody knows this.
We should have left some boobs in Afghanistan.
We left everything else there. All right, what do we got?
All right. Gaff in chief.
When you look at what's happened over the last week, was it a failure of intelligence, planning, execution, or judgment? We've all seen the pictures. We've seen those hundreds of people packed.
To help break this down, we brought in Jihadi Jaren. Tell me your expertise in this issue.
Yeah, so I've got a fair amount of experience here. I worked for 10 years at Trader Joe's in Westchester, and I played a lot of Ghost Recon growing up. Yeah! A lot of G.I. Joe as well, so I've got decades of experience, I would say, with what's going on in Afghanistan.
Probably as much experience as the people who are in charge.
I don't have that answer to that question.
Yeah, maybe more so, I would think. It really is a shit show over there.
It's totally disorganized. The left hand doesn't know what the right hand is doing. It's an enormous operation. There are many different nationalities involved.
Well, I feel like there's two separate issues. There's the fact that we've been there for 20 years, and I think most Americans want it out. And then there's the way in which we pulled out, which was like a messy, sloppy person who was trying not to come inside their girlfriend and just came all over the house.
There's plenty of blame to go around. We can go back to wherever, to Nixon, to Bush. Like, I mean,
in the deep state.
The leaving part is a separate issue, and that has to be laid squarely at the hands of Biden and the clown show that's running his administration.
We're aware of congestion around the airport. We are working closely with the Department of Defense to facilitate safe and orderly access.
To go ahead and say that this is some crowning achievement, like suddenly he's this brave hero to pull us out. I mean, I feel like these are the same people that said, well, I mean, basically this is Trump's victory then, right? Trump was the one that committed us to leave, but then they're also blaming Trump for the shit show of pulling out and having what's happening over there now.
I inherited a deal that President Trump negotiated with the Taliban.
The Trump administration made it much harder for the SIV applicants, and I think Stephen Miller was like the architect of really putting the pressure on.
I'm staring at your boobs.
That's all right.
I'm hoping we like pull out of Guam and the Philippines and anywhere else we can sort of concede territory or a war.
I feel like I could get anything I wanted right now.
I'm all for this. So anyway, what were you saying?
I was saying, I don't think the Trump administration is known for its welcoming immigration policies. So I don't know that it made anything easier. And I'm kind of a bleeding heart liberal who believes that, you know, I thought I was anti-war.
You're not anti-war.
No, I don't.
I mean,
what's the balance between being isolationist and being interventionist or imperialist, and how do we Biden was saying that we didn't piss off our allies, but they're openly saying that they're pissed off at us.
Pissed.
On top of it, we have a president who's we've openly been saying for years on here now that I think he probably has dementia. Whatever is happening, like the press conferences have been insane.
The general, excuse me, I keep calling him a general, but my Secretary of Defense. The first part of your question was, I can't remember now.
It's like he gives a press conference, that's a disaster. He talks to Stephanopoulos, that's a disaster.
Seen Afghans falling.
That was 4 days ago, 5 days ago.
What did you think when you first saw those pictures?
What I thought was we have to gain control of this.
But can you imagine if Trump said something like, oh, that was 4 or 5 days ago? So callous.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
There's a parachute joke in there, but I don't think I can make it.
Jaron's like, if they were planned, if
They
they
would
were
have had
ready.
parachutes. These people would have had parachutes.
If
But
they
anyway,
used the American parachutes we left.
I mean, it's tough to not joke about.
Does anyone know what the is going on?
I did not, nor did anyone else, see a collapse of an army that size in 11 days.
How can the deep state exist if it's this incompetent?
Yeah,
I would expect more from the deep state.
And the answer is no one knows what's going on. Like, you're right. Like, it's natural to want to respond with like sadness and anger and outrage and blaming people and how do we make sense of this horrific event we've witnessed and are still witnessing,
and
then the mixed messages coming out of our administration, where you have top DoD officials and spokespeople openly contradicting the president's own statements from literally hours earlier. How Biden instills confidence in anybody is baffling to me. I feel like that's got to be a sign of some deeper underlying issue or maybe trauma. I mean, I understand in the absence of real leadership, people will look to the next best thing. And yes, I took that line, I think, from the American president or something like that.
People want leadership, Mr. President. In the absence of genuine leadership, they'll listen to anyone who steps up to the microphone.
We have sort of an approximation of leadership.
Hold on. When the dogs bark, you have to pause.
I'm hot.
Yeah.
I'm hot. But
You are.
this is my first time.
Hey. There's a third person here, okay? They're like, oh, we haven't done this one yet.
We gotta get on. We gotta get on OnlyFans.
I mean, it's true that Biden seems a little discombobulated. Maybe if Jamie Spears has some free time, he can take over conservatorship of this administration. I feel bad for the vets.
I keep looking at you.
It's all right.
I'm sorry.
I feel bad. This is why no one takes me seriously. And as they shouldn't.
Cover yourself up.
There's the one other point I want to just sort of get is that sort of crowd that like Biden fights back against the deep state. The media loves us to be in war. There's billions of dollars to be made. Everybody's getting rich. The answer or the counter to that is that money that's not being spent on war is still going to go into these sort of dark, shadowy recesses of government. People are still going to get rich. It's just going to be in different ways. This money's not going to suddenly be earmarked for progressive policies like curing homelessness or something like that. That's just not what happens, right? You can't beat some of these forces that are behind these decisions.
And that's why I'm completely hopeless. Well, that was a really uplifting take on things.
I have hope. I crush at Ghost Recon. And if anybody can get us out of this situation, it's me and my tactical crew. And maybe the guys on r/tactical gear on Reddit. Big shout out to them. Biden, if you need some help, call me. I can probably come up with a better plan than what they have going on now.
We don't have a complete picture, obviously, of where every article of defense materials has gone, but certainly a fair amount of it has fallen into the hands of the Taliban.
Where did you get that?
Taliban is having a fire sale on their new eBay store. Tactical gear available on the cheap. So I picked this beauty up. This is a level 4 ceramic plate rated to stop some serious rounds.
I mean, Biden leaving things behind in Afghanistan is like the girl who is leaving things behind because she wants like a second date.
Like her earrings.
There's bobby pins all over Afghanistan.
Call me, please call me.
Oh, you forgot your phone.
I could go on forever. Like now Al Qaeda's running security over there. It's tough. I don't know. I'm just, grateful I get to play Ghost Recon and
Thank you to the vets.
Yeah, thank you to
Thank
the vets.
you.
I feel like that a lot of vets feel like it was all pointless, and perhaps it was, but I don't think that should take away from your service.
Yeah, tremendous amount of respect for all the troops serving, and it served over there, and, made
And the
sacrifices
7,000 who
over
are
there
now going back.
that are going back over there. My best
it
friend
was.
Juan is a Marine, and we talk about this stuff all the time, and I just good grief, I'm gonna go play Ghost Recon.
Thank you for your service,
Of course,
Darren.
my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for being here. You're just staring at my boobs.
Can't help it. I'm just a man.
All right, what's next?
Canceled.
Canceled.
New York Governor Andrew Cuomo resigns amid sexual harassment allegations.
You're welcome, America. That's right. We here have been advocating for the cancellation of Cuomo long before the cool kids did. And now all the people who did their little Cuomo-sexual marches and dances.
Back with Governor Cuomo. Can I say that I am a Cuomo-sexual?
Well, yeah, everyone should be a Cuomo-sexual in that way.
These feelings are perfectly natural. Many Americans experience moments of being at least Andrew curious.
Ew. They all had to take it back and take the Cuomo-sexual merch. Imagine being the kind of person that bought a Cuomo-sexual t-shirt.
Or a Cuomo-sexual mug.
Why have I never heard that term?
Because you're not a lib. You didn't know this existed?
No.
Yeah,
That's brilliant.
No, they had shirts that were like Cuomo-sexuals, and men were wearing them. Does he still get to keep his Emmy?
We need that Emmy. We deserve that Emmy.
That tongue-kissing mother.
And then his excuse, I'm Italian.
That was it. He actually like came out at a press conference. He was like, I'm Italian. What?
I actually learned it from my mother and from my father. It is meant to convey warmth.
I grab my mom's titties and squeeze her nips.
I suck her milk.
Oh, God. What's next?
Get wrecked, big tech. Trump's banned on Twitter, but the Taliban aren't. Why? They play by the rules.
This was like an actual article. The Taliban is allowed on Twitter, and our president got totally disappeared by all social media. How is this the real world that we live in? And you know what? This is really just the generational difference between boomers and young kids on technology. Boomers don't know how to use it, and they just say whatever they want, and they're inappropriate. And the young Taliban smarty pants, they know how to play by the rules so they can fly under the radar. But it seems like death to America would be something that would get you kicked off of a platform.
Apparently it doesn't, though.
It gets you verified.
Our writer Dave Yates, who also has the Ha Ha Hot Sauce. Dave is a struggling comedian, and he's hilarious.
Could have just said comedian.
Go to hahahotsauce.com and get some. Anyway, Dave got a 72-hour ban for saying that a bachelorette party should choke on a penis straw. And the Taliban's still on there. But I think it's only a matter of time before the Taliban has a podcast sponsored by Manscaped. I'm really looking forward to the Taliban ad reads, honestly.
I slept on the cave floor. Now I sleep on the mattress.
You can make that joke because you're Persian.
I can.
I slept on a cave floor. Now I sleep on a Helix mattress. Like, subscribe, and comment. Touch my bells and my buttons. Make sure you head over to rumble.com and subscribe to us there.
Make Orwell fiction again.
Ooh.
OnlyFans says it will ban sexually explicit content.
This is bullshit. Every single dystopian movie I've ever seen had porn neon ladies on the sides of buildings. This is in every movie. And now this banning of it, the very people who built this internet, they will find a way.
Simply saying that life finds a way.
The sex workers will find a way. Only prudes.
Only prudes.
Only burkas.
That's already out there. I'm sure.
So now we should get it.
Definitely a fetish.
The sex workers will find a way.
But yeah, it's because of multiple requests from banking partners.
It's actually this crazy evangelical lady who's been on this crusade, and she's really savvy and tries to liken all sex work and porn to sex trafficking. And they are savvy in that they'll go after MasterCard and Visa and put pressure on them to not take any of the money and not fulfill any of the orders. And OnlyFans has been gentrified, I guess, for lack of a better word, or normalized or whatever, when they started getting celebrities on there, and they don't really need the sex workers anymore. So now they're giving them the boot. The sex workers are going to be the ones who inevitably stabilize crypto. They're going to have to start taking crypto, and it's going to be them moving into that space that stabilizes the currency.
It's funny. They're going to have their own bank.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
This is terrifying.
Yeah.
I mean, we joke about it, but financial institutions telling you what you can and can't spend your money on, slightly terrifying.
Yeah.
And only a matter of times before it's ammo and guns. And then whatever else they don't want you to buy. Like Phetasy.com. Okay. Sam's made a dirty joke. That's how we know it's time to move to the next category.
Parade of morons.
Open a pit of hell. You do not get a vaccine passport put on us. No! It won't! Your children and your children's children will be subjugated.
Rob the Zombie got really political out of the blue suddenly.
Who's Rob the Zombie?
Rob Zombie.
Oh, yeah, I know him. Yeah, we play Ghost Recon together.
This guy ate the brown acid. Is this a town hall or is this a fish parking lot? I feel like after this, he's going to be like, I'm selling veggie burritos and grilled cheese in the parking lot. All right.
Then we have Barack Obama had a 60th birthday bash in Martha's Vineyard.
Yes, Barack got a lot of grief for having this bash in the height of a pandemic. And then he rudely uninvited some of us.
Like Bridget Phetasy.
With our history, too. Obama should know better.
Should have. It's because you got married.
Yeah, he was upset about that. Obama couldn't really take that kind of rejection. He couldn't bear to see me. And now they're giving COVID to everyone in small little Martha's Vineyard.
But the health officials are saying that they're not aware of the cases being connected to Obama's party.
What's funny is he uninvited, he kept Jay-Z and Beyonce, of course, but then he uninvited, all of the members of his former administration. Yeah.
I just want the cool kids.
Yeah, he was like, meh, now that I'm done with you guys and don't need you, I just want the celebrities. And then Erykah Badu had to apologize for posting a video and saying she was a rude guest. She's just a rude person, let me tell you that. I went to one of her shows, and she was an hour and 15 minutes late to come out on stage. All right. Anyway, yeah. She's a rude person.
Proof we're living in a simulation. Boston Dynamics released new footage of their robots maneuvering through complex parkour courses.
And the countdown to the human race being exterminated gets closer to 0. It's not good.
Why are they doing this?
Was that Simone Biles' replacement for the Olympics?
It's going to be for the Olympics 2028.
We didn't even cover the Olympics. Oh, the Olympics happened anyway. They were so boring. If you really want to stop the Taliban, send these f***ers over. This is where the frickin' next trillion's going to go.
Yeah.
Not to our schools and roads.
No.
Not to curing homelessness or whatever Jaron calls it.
We're going to take these to Afghanistan and leave them there.
Yeah. We are going to be killed by robots. It's just going to be robots we left in Afghanistan. What's next?
Elon Musk unveils TeslaBot, a humanoid robot that uses vehicle AI.
What?
Elon Musk.
Jaron. Jaron's an Elon Musk stan.
God bless you, Elon.
He's just
Wow.
loves Reddit. Elon Musk stan.
He's the most relatable of the billionaires.
Is he? Maybe if you have Asperger's.
Well,
Tesla bot will watch your shit kids. It's like
Yeah.
repetitive tasks.
So it's going to do like it's a friendly robot that does boring, repetitive tasks.
I don't know. Can you program how to pick out an avocado? If it's going to be doing our shopping, it better know how to pick out some produce. Better than the humans.
maybe they could write for the New York Times.
Ooh.
The Boston Dynamics bot would kick the shit out of this little shanky, janky little Tesla bot.
Right?
Let them fight.
Where's the charge port?
Probably in the bum hole.
Ooh.
And anything else in this creepy ass category that gets creepier every week?
Oh, yes. Please, let me tell you. Zuckerberg unveils Facebook's virtual metaverse where humans turn into comic characters and interact with each other.
Wait, Mark, this is so cool. Wait, just stop for a second, because every gesture you make, I can see all your hands, your expressions. Oh my god!
Yeah, no, this is.
It's so stupid. They're still in an office. Why wouldn't you have them on a beach? Like the options of where you're gonna go to your little metaverse conference are still. It's like a Chili's, a conference room at a Holiday Inn, the waiting room at the dentist.
Yeah.
Why aren't they like, hey, let's all log in and go to like the top of a mountain or some cool cafe in France? No, it's just I'm logging into a virtual office instead of going to a real office.
I think it's just more for the people who hate having to put on a top for their Zoom meetings. So it's like, I'll just put this headset on and I can stay in my PJs.
Can you be anything you want? Could I like show up as a tiger?
I don't know.
Could my Tesla bot log in and do this for me?
Yes.
Seems like a boring, repetitive task.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I like Jaren's contributions.
I miss Maggie.
I miss Maggie too. We'll pray for her. Like, subscribe, and comment. Touch my bells and buttons. Make sure that you check us out on rumble.com. What's next?
Conspiracy Corner with Sammy Flapsenfolds.
All right, Sammy. What are your friends on Telegram saying?
Oh boy. So it's more like our good old buddy Klaus.
Oh geez.
So the World Economic Forum released this video of
These
five
psychopaths.
long-term effects from the COVID-19 pandemic. And the first 4 of them, you're kind of like, okay, yeah, cool.
No, the first 3.
Or the first 3, you're like, all right, that's fine. So it's like, you know.
It has like whimsical music.
Yeah. Work from
It's
home
like,
offices. You know, 15-minute like workspaces where you can go to like a restaurant or a pub that's like 15 minutes from you and you can work from there and break up your workday. Or the cloud markets, how a lot of people
Ghost kitchens.
Yeah, ordering from ghost kitchens. And then they're like, oh, well, because everybody's wearing masks, facial recognition systems can't really identify you.
Well, they didn't say it about the masks.
No, but a lot of the people in the thing were wearing
Sam was
masks.
outraged because she's like, did you notice in the future we're all still wearing masks?
They took away our porn and gave us masks. Anyways.
We're all going to be under Sharia law.
Facial recognition systems can't identify you when you're wearing a mask.
Not yet.
So they've partnered with
it's better.
NASA to create a laser
We called a laser.
that can read your heartbeat.
I did see this.
How can you identify me by my heartbeat if I'm dead inside? You know what you can't recognize my face in? Or anyone's face? A burqa! Which is what we're all going to be under soon.
Moving on
To
patriarchy so crafty.
I swear to God.
California now allows biological males to share prisons with women.
Women! Of course there's a wiener behind this. Hey, where was your women?
Women! Sorry,
Women! No, doesn't work with the dudes.
Doesn't.
Of course, Wiener is behind this stupid law, Scott Wiener to be exact. And now you can just let men in women's prisons because the progressives obviously don't care at all about the poor population that they pretend to care about of women in prisons.
The consequences are so foreseeable in the prisons of putting biological males in with women that they're issuing condoms and Plan B to the women in anticipation of pregnancies and trying to prevent
There's
HIV
already
spread.
pregnancies in some of these prisons. I guess the argument is that the trans women get fucked up in male prisons too. But we have so many males who are just like 300 men have chosen to identify as a woman and be in a women's prison because of course you would, because men get fucked up in men's prisons.
Yeah, it seems like a no-brainer.
Yeah.
And as of July, 300 male inmates have requested transfers.
Some of them are rapists and
Yeah.
sex offenders.
Some of them are male sex offenders. So far, none have been denied. And
I don't know how you get on board with this. I can't even pretend to be
crazy.
Yeah.
I feel ridiculous.
You look great.
Huh?
You look great.
Thanks. You're like, you will never show your boobs again.
Diving.
What's next? In the dumpster.
A Frontier passenger allegedly touched two flight attendants' breasts, then screamed.
Jaron.
His
I've
parents.
never flown Frontier.
Then screamed his parents were worth $2 million.
You guys f***ing suck. My parents are worth $2 million goddamn dollars.
Before punching another flight attendant.
No. Chill out.
The crew then duct taped this passenger to his seat.
I have a hard time believing your parents are millionaires if you're flying Frontier. I'm just saying. Doesn't seem like an airline that rich people fly.
Did you just carry duct tape to the...
I think it's part of the Frontier training. They all got put on leave, and then the union came out and was like, our flight attendants might not feel safe if you put, because they said it wasn't correct training, because they duct taped him to the seat and put duct tape over his mouth. And it was an aisle seat, mind you. You should duct tape him to a middle seat.
Yeah, they moved him from the window to the aisle.
This is bullshit.
Wow. So
Yeah.
next time, if I want to sit on an aisle, I just touch some boobs and
Punch a flight attendant.
and I get an aisle seat.
Well, you'll be duct taped in your mouth. And so, yeah, they came out and said they didn't follow proper protocol. But I do feel like that was just like Frontier training. They were like stoked they finally got to use their training.
I just put duct tape all over his hair.
It was
Like
really
that.
funny. He was losing it. Flying? Like what?
I said I would have put duct tape all over his hair.
Like waterboarded him next.
I don't know why people lose their minds when they fly. Just put your fucking mask on and shut the fuck up.
Then we've got Beyond Parody.
Ugh. This whole Afghanistan thing is beyond parody.
Yeah.
There's so much sadness, but also so much hilarity.
Yeah.
Like the Taliban on all those amusement rides.
Yeah.
And then they burned the amusement park down.
The next day.
Then there were so many other things.
A Taliban spokesman was asked about free speech.
Oh,
And-
yeah.
And he said that the question should be asked to U.S. companies like Facebook who claim to promote free speech while censoring people.
This question should be asked to those people who are claiming to be promoters of freedom of speech. I can ask Facebook.
Everyone's a troll now.
Yeah.
Everyone in the world is a troll, including the Taliban.
Afghanistan just took its seat on the UN's Women's Rights Commission. And if the Taliban regime gets recognized, it means that the terrorists who lash at women and girls for going to work and school will now be sitting on the world's top body for women's rights.
This is like OJ being a door-to-door knife salesman. This is like putting Nazis on a Jewish commission. This is like putting Catholic priests on a
child trafficking, like
on like a
advisory
commission for children.
Oh my God.
That's how bad it is. They're horrible to women.
Well, and then Michael Moore had to chime in and say that our January 6th insurrection was similar to the Taliban's takeover of Afghanistan.
I love Jaren's rants about people making these comparisons.
I mean, I think on its face, the comparison fails, but it doesn't matter because it sounds good, right? There's a certain segment of the population that he is appealing to that's like, that's right, January 6th is just like the Taliban.
How do you even think this?
It's just the Taliban have nicer gear.
Now they do.
Now they do.
Oh,
all of this has broken me.
Leading us to Breaking Bridget.
So, the Taliban is catastrophic for women and young kids. So there are images coming out of women screaming, begging to be saved by the troops. Begging to come in. And I'm dressed from head to toe to make a point about this is what's happened overnight. There were many women who are excited about going to school. Now the kids can't go to school. There are broadcasters being replaced by men.
This has been your dumpster fire for the month of July 25th through August 21st. This is Bridget Phetasy. Now make me rich.
Well, that was fun.
That was fun.
What a fun and complex adventure. Let us all say a prayer for cousin Maggie. We hope that she gets better soon. And
leave your well wishes in the comments for her.
Tell Maggie how much you missed her this week. And we have some Internet is Glorious clips to cleanse your palate after that absolute show.
I will grow under any conditions.
I think I'm allergic to tap water.
Phetasy News.
Phetasy News. All right. It's been a few weeks. So on Walk-Ins Welcome, the podcast, which is doing incredibly well. So please subscribe wherever podcasts are available to Walk-Ins Welcome. You are missing guests like Jordan Harbinger, Sarah Shahi, Matt Taibbi was on the podcast, and most recently, audience favorite, Michael Malice. So those are the past 4 guests for the past couple of weeks. And go like, subscribe, and download our podcast. As I mentioned, we're on Rumble now, and this will be our home for all of our video content. We will still exist here on the YouTube, but we will primarily be doing all of our live streams, and that will be our home. I would prefer if you go subscribe over there and like us over there and watch us over there, because we need some competition up on these platforms. There just can't be one giant, censorious, huge monopoly controlling who gets to say what. Dumpster Fire, the podcast, is out, so you can download that on Spotify and other places where podcasts are available, but mostly just go to Spotify, I guess, for now. Join the community at Phetasy.com. You will get the unedited version of this, which, trust me, this week, it will be worth its weight in gold.
Oh, certainly.
You get the unedited version on Sundays, a day early than when you get to see this. You'll get to see this early on Rumble first before we even appear on YouTube. So get your fix on Rumble if you want that early mainlining of the dumpster. Subscribe to my Substack, Politically Homeless. It's free. You can keep up with us. You can also subscribe for free on Phetasy.com. You don't have to pay. You can just also sign up, and I'll open a lot of stuff up for people who aren't subscribers. Go to BridgetPhetasy.com for any of our merch. Karen was lovingly modeling
model.
all of it throughout the show. Thank you, Better Phetasy, for all the research. Follow Better Phetasy on Twitter. Thank you to our writers, Dave Yates, Matt Monroe, and our editor, Andy Chandler. Our writer's room is super fun. The project is growing. Thank you, Sammy Flaps and Folds.
Thank you, Bridget.
really stepping it up this week. And thank you, Cousin Maggie, for wherever you are, and hopefully you're feeling better. Thank you to Jihadi Jaron for his cameo appearance. We had a celebrity in the house. Thank you, patrons and supporters. We cannot do this without you. Thank you to our viewers. We love you. We miss you. We're back. Thank you, Zen Pro Audio, for the juicy mic. If you are interested in sponsoring Dumpster Fire, email us at weeklydumpsterfire@gmail.com. We are always taking offers.